Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, April 7th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies early in the morning for me. Oh, what a beautiful day it's coming out to be. The sun is out, the beach looks wonderful, and the water is crystal blue. Absolutely gorgeous today. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, again, great to be with you on a Thursday. Interesting day yesterday. I think today is going to even be more interesting. A lot happened, as we know, FOMC minutes, and we'll get to that in just a moment. However, let's get through these other couple of slides. One is, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series. And yes, folks, that is a new photo of me, and that was just taken last week, so it's new and fresh. That's what I look like now. It looks like I gained a little bit of weight since I took my last photo, doesn't it? So anyhow, I started trading in 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday, and well, I'm in my 8th year, and next week I will complete my 8th year on April 16th, and I will start my 9th year living in Thailand. What a pleasure it is to be in Asia. Absolutely love trading Forex. Start early in the morning and late at night, and you can get a little bit of every single session. No, I do not sit in front of my computer for 15 hours a day. I do get breaks. I do walk away. That's why we have modern technology, iPhones and iPads. It's absolutely wonderful. Traders, so how do I trade? Well, I do listen to fundamentals a lot, and I listen to them all day long. I pay for a news feed that talks throughout the day over my computer, and I know what's going on, and if something happens, I can always tell because the guy's voice behind the microphone goes up about 10 decimal points, and I know I need to look at my computer and see what's happening. So fundamentals is very important in my trading. You know, we're macro traders. We trade the globe. We don't just trade a single currency pair like the Euro, Aussie, or something like that. You know, we are macro traders, and we have to always remember that. And the biggest part of my trading is I'm a technician. I love charts. I love analyzing charts. Price action, price structure, price failure, support, resistance, candlestick patterns. And I use Fibonacci a lot. I do use 3 exponential moving averages, which is the 200, the 55, and the 10, which you'll see on my charts. And I try to keep my charts as we call it, naked as possible. We try to keep as clean as possible the charts. I just want to see price action and price levels for my entries and my exits, and we try to do that realistically with as minimal of a drawdown as possible. Because remember, every time you click on that little mouse, you are risking your hard-earned capital, and we want to make that as minimal as possible and get to break even, right? So it's a free trade. So that's just a little bit about myself. Let's get over to the risk disclaimer. This is the legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results, i.e., meaning that if you're on a demo account for 3 months, you finally have equity to open a live account, you're going to see your trading change. Why? Because your eyes are glued to the profit and loss box instead of the charts. And when money is more important than your trading, you will change quickly because you'll start to lose trades. We've all done it. We've all been there. It's just the price you pay to start trading. And it's human nature to look at that PL box. Back in 2007, we used to take little sticky notes and put them on our computer screens because back then you couldn't remove the PL box from your platform. Today you can remove it so you don't see it. Back then you couldn't. We used to put sticky notes over it so you couldn't see it. My mentor taught me that. Just stick a sticky note over there and you watch your candlesticks in your trade instead of watching the PL box. Okay. All right, let's talk about some news and commentary. Interesting day yesterday. Apparently the markets did not like what the FOMC had to say, and I'll get to that in just a minute. However, let's take a look at how the Dow did. The Dow 30 was up 0.64%. The S&P 500 was up 1.05%. The NASDAQ was positive 1.59%. With the small cap 2,000 positive 1.01%. And the S&P 500 VIX was negative 8.63%. All right, let's head over to the Eurozone and let's take a look at the DAX. The DAX closed positive 0.64%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed positive 1.16%, and the CAC 40 out of Paris closed positive 0.81%, with the Eurostoxx 50 closing positive 0.67%. Nice green day in the Eurozone. Let's come on over to Asia, and most of our markets are closed as I'm doing this video very, very early in the morning. And the only two markets that are open is the Nikkei 225 is currently positive 0.58%, and the S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.41%. The China A50 closed yesterday negative 0.49%, and the Hang Seng closed positive 0.15% yesterday, and the Kospi, which is currently trading, is positive 0.24%. So that's what's going on the indices. Let's take a look at our economic calendar today. Pretty quiet. However, there is some things I really need to talk to you about, and that is Bank of Japan's Governor Kuroda speaks today. He's also, I'm pretty sure he's the finance minister of Japan, and he speaks today. And this is like the third day in a row that he is speaking. They went from very vague language to they used the word vigilance yesterday as reference to the Forex market and what they're going to do. So would not surprise me to see an intervention in the near future. As you know, the BOJ will not tell you anything in advance, and they will surprise you. So if you're in a yen trade, get to that break even and protect yourself, because I do expect them to do something in the very near future. For the rest of our trading day traders, I have to say it's really, really quiet in the year. In the London session, we do have Halifax House Price Index out of the Great British Pound. Really, really quiet today, data-wise. Even as we go into the U.S. session, we have initial jobless claims. That's a medium impact news event. And that's it, folks. There is really nothing going on today as far as data. So it's a technical trading day today. And just keep that in mind. My biggest concern, like I said, is the BOJ and what is Governor Kuroda going to say or do. And I think that's what we need to keep our thumbs on today. So if you're in a yen pair trades, please be very cautious and be very careful. And protect yourself. That's all. Just protect yourself. We know it's there. We know what's going to happen. And just be aware of it. So that's my commentary for today. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting day, even though we have no data. But I think London and I'm sure New York is going to be pretty active today. All right, let's get to the charts. Yes, this is the euro dollar. And yes, this is the same chart as yesterday. Well, I guess initially in the U.S. session, the markets didn't like the FOMC statement that came out. And I read it this morning on my news feed that basically the FOMC all said that there was no rate hike in April, and it was basically off the table. It wasn't ready to do anything. So they've basically nulled that, and I guess the markets didn't like it, surprisingly. I thought the markets would have liked that, but as you can see here, they did not like it. So this is the same chart as yesterday. Why? Because we're at the same price as yesterday at the same time. And we're just looking for a bearish candlestick formation, and we're going to sell this, right? I said yesterday I didn't think we'd get to 1420, 1415. And, well, with the FOMC minutes coming out, we did on that big blue candle. However, we've taken all those profits back, and now here we are in Asia, and we're back down to 01. So now we're at a psychological area, the 1400 area, and I'm expecting this to continue to the downside. And I'm looking to take it all the way down to support there at 1335. So, I expect this to fall. All right, so I'm still bearish in the euro dollar, no change. All right, let's take a look at the Great British Pound US dollar. This is, again, the same chart as yesterday, same situation as yesterday. A little bit different here, though, because if you look, we are now above the 55 exponential moving average, which is that blue line, and the 10 moving average is right below the last candle. I like that, which tells me that this pullback is going to be pretty valid. And I think we can get back up to this 41.75 area and then sell off again. And the second time is always a a better time, right? So looking at this as this is going to be a great sell opportunity for us today. Just keep an eye on your charts, and even if it goes all the way back to R1 and the 200 exponential moving average, that is still a great move. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I can't see the Great British Pound, US dollar, moving 100 pips today. I just don't see it happening. But I do see it getting back up to the 41.75 area. So I do think it can move another 60 or 70 pips without any problems. And then we're going to sell it, right? I don't want to buy this. I want to sell it. And we'll take it all the way down to the S1 pivot, which is also support. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, again, reacted to the FOMC minutes with the big blue candles and is currently just hanging out at resistance, right? It's just hanging out there. What I don't like is where price is right now. Price is at above the 10 moving average, it's above the 200 moving average, it's above the daily pivot point, and it's above the 55. So we have a lot of support. So we need this to get up to the 0.7632, which is the all one pivot, and then we can drop this and sell it. I'm not selling it from here. This is not an area to sell it. We have too much support, and we're going to end up getting in trouble. There's a good chance this is going to come back to the 61.8 fib, which is on the chart, and it's going to bounce, and that's just above the 200 exponential moving average. Like I said, I don't want to sell this here. I want this to continue to rise up to our one pivot, and then we can sell this. And I'm hoping that by London Open, or at least by London lunch, we'll be in that position to do that, and we can get a nice trade out of the Aussie dollar today. Look at how Euro Aussie worked out beautifully yesterday. The trade worked out great. We were looking for this to come to the 200 exponential moving average, and it did exactly what we wanted it to do. So now I'm looking for this to come back up to the daily pivot point, the 55 EMA at 1.5016. Doesn't look like it wants to do it, my friends. This looks like it just wants to continue to fall. So you're going to have to watch this. This is not a bad entry where price is right now. Just realize that you're coming into the S1 and then, of course, our S2 reversal pivot at 4,900, which is a psychological level. So this isn't a bad entry. I would like to see it pull back as close to that daily pivot as possible. But now might be the time to enter. Remember, we have no data today to move this pair. So it's not a bad idea to really watch this for the next several hours. And maybe you have an entry here. And if you took this entry now, your drawdown's pretty small. You're just going to put your stop above resistance above it. And that's it. I mean, you're looking at maybe 15, 20 pips. And, you're looking at a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio here, and away we go. Maybe even a 3-to-1. So this is a good trade plan here. Like I said, I'd love to see price come back as close to the daily pivot as possible, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we'll keep a real eye on it, and maybe the entry is right around the corner, possibly in the Asia session. All right, let's take a look at the yen pair. This is the euro yen. Again, this is from yesterday, and you can see there was absolutely no price action yesterday out of this pair. It's basically still at the same spot. The trade plan is the same. I did put a new entry at 125.21, and I left yesterday's trade plan on the chart just to show you that this pair absolutely moved nothing yesterday. And why do you think that is, traders? Because everybody's heard Kuroda for the last 3 days, and he's going to speak again today. And nobody wants to be involved with a yen pair when they're going through this movement that they're going to do. They're getting ready to do something. And this is why your euro yen is sideways, because nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to do anything until they do something. And we expect that to happen at some point. If it doesn't happen today, I'm sure it'll happen on Monday. They love doing it at weird times, like their lunchtime or the end of their session. They didn't do it at the open of their session, so that's not going to happen. But, they're good at doing stuff when you least expect it. They'll do their little move. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, again, the same chart as yesterday with the same price from yesterday. We did move up to our resistance level, which we wanted to happen yesterday, and then sell it off. And it did that and absolutely sold off. If you took this trade, you did pretty well. If you took it right at that first red candle after the FOMC candle and took that down, you actually got down to the 55 exponential moving average on that doji candle there. So if you had trade in place with a take profit. You won that trade and made some pips. Other than that, not a lot of movement here. This is just sideways, and we're just waiting for another opportunity to sell this. You know, the problem is, here we go. We're a lot of support again. We got a 55. We got a daily pivot. We have to get below this 200 exponential moving average. Maybe we should wait till this gets up to the all one pivot, but I don't think it's going to happen today. So if we want to trade today, we're going to have to take some risk. And the risk is that we're trading into support. And I don't know if that's a good idea. So it's going to have to be pretty convincing to me for me to enter this trade. So pretty much New Zealand dollars on the sidelines for me today. I'm not looking at touching this. This does not look like a optimal trade. And to put risk on. And like I said, I'd love to see this come back up to the all one, which is at, 68.55? And that would be much better than where we are right now. And then we could sell it from there. But we'll see how the day goes and how that turns out to be. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Hope you got something out of that. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on a Thursday, April 7th, 2016. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll catch you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Have a great day. Bye-bye.